we should probably catch some folks up on what exactly the heck we're all doing here.
We should. We should. Ed
Oh,
should.
oh, oh, you're gonna. So I'm here with Alyssa and second choice Layla,
Yeah,
and
second choice Layla.
we are Team Candy Hearts. We're going to be working on a Valentine's Day themed app, and we're going to be up against the team of Sam Basu and TJ Vantol and Krista Mars, and they're going to be building the losing app.
Right.
We're
Right.
going to be building the winning app. That's how this contest works. And
There's prizes each day. Don't
Yeah.
forget the prizes. I'm
Can't
so
forget the
excited about
prizes.
those. I was like, you're giving away how much on Amazon? So yes, there is a link to register for prizes. Well, I think 2 each stream. So 2 today, 2 tomorrow. And may the best application / attitude win.
And I even see Krista Mars eavesdropping in the
Okay,
chat. or
Keaton,
in
he
the,
is in the
stream.
green room.
He's in
And
the green room.
I think Layla, don't say anything that could give away our incredible groundbreaking idea.
He's
I'm
lurking.
zipped.
He's trying to sabotage.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe that's why Sam ran long earlier.
It is sabotage. Yeah.
It's sabotage.
Mhm.
Great song, by the way, if you're from the 80s. Anyhow. Alyssa's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Layla gave you the look too. I think you're on your own there, bud.
Oh, come on. You guys don't know the Beastie Boys? Come on.
I do know the Beastie Boys,
Come
but not the song.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, there's
right.
thank you, Ivana. There is the link in the chat. Make sure you're all about the prizes today. So we'll be me, Layla, and Ed will be doing some collab and coding on our app for about 2 hours. And then we'll do a prize draw, and then we will welcome the other team on, and they'll do 2 hours of coding. And then tomorrow will be our final day of coding, and then I guess we do have judges that will decide on a winner. So
And look at Alyssa, like as my daughters would say, she's being so extra with all of her Valentine's decorations in the background.
hold on.
Meanwhile, I've got a pickle Rick hat and an Xbox controller sitting in my backdrop.
I'm so jealous.
My good
I'm
friend
so
Meryl,
jealous.
she sent me this for the stream. And you know I'm on a diet. Everyone knows I'm like perpetually on a diet. And she sent me the best box of chocolates I've ever eaten in my life. And they are gone. And they arrived yesterday. Thank you, Meryl, for that.
Didn't mean to throw that screen up yet. There we go.
Are we showing? Are we talking? Okay, so I love the app idea. We did do a little bit, like just like it was totally legal though.
Oh,
Work
yeah, so
ahead of
legal.
time.
Let's. I'll share my screen. So people want to see code. What they don't want to see though is us install stuff, right? So we kind of got a little head start and installed some things. That's it. That's all we did. We installed things. So we've got Telerik UI for Blazor. We've got a video component that I wrote on a previous show that just so happened to be useful on this show as well. So we've got a little bit of a start with that. We installed SAS. So let's zoom in on the project level. Let's get the zoom
Thank
going.
goodness.
Oh, come
That
on.
was
Damn
I
it,
was
zoom.
like I was cleaning out the bootstrap from this project, and I was like, Ed, can you please enable SAS? I can't do it. I can't do it, Ed. Thank
So
you.
we've got SAS. We've got like a good component structure for our SAS going here now. We've got people joining.
I actually might need you
got more
to
eavesdroppers.
just like sneakily, quickly, whenever we get into the code, show me how you added SAS. Like, is there like a line of configuration and it's super easy, or is it like this mountain of work to add it to a Blazor project?
So we have a Blazor project and we want to add SAS to it. So what do we do? First thing we need to do is we can do this all from within Visual Studio, or we could go to the command line, however you want. You can come up here into your project. This is a client-side project, and you can say add new item.
everything is gooey with you.
And you can, it is. You can say package.json in here. So if I look at all of my JSON templates, we have npm configuration file, and I already have one, so it's going to come up as package1.json. I'll just go ahead and add it so you can see how this works. And this gives you the blank package.json file, which normally you would type in npm init to get this. This is the same thing. I just created the file by hand instead. And then you go into dev dependencies and you type sass and you pick a version. Come on, give me IntelliSense. I think my IntelliSense is not working because this is package1.json, so it doesn't recognize everything. But you basically pick your version, and then you need to write a script to compile the sass. So I'm going to kill that file because it's not playing nicely, and I'll just...
There's the trick. You just...
There we go.
Yeah, just write a script, compile the sass.
So you type sass, you get the version, and then you point the sass script at your file that you want to compile, and then you give it the output. So you say npx sass path in, path out, and you're good to go.
So this is confusing because when I was running our Blazor app before and working on it, I was running .NET Run.
Mm-hmm.
Am I not doing that now to include this Sass compilation step?
So if you want to run, your .NET app and watch it rebuild when you're making a file change, you can run .NET Watch. And I went ahead and added some scripts to our project to do this as well, so we can just fire off some stuff from the command line really easy. Okay. So we can say npm run .NET Watch, and it'll kick off the .NET Watch for us. And we also have a Sass Watch, not a Sasquatch, a Sass Watch. And what's cool is in Visual Studio, if you have the right plugin enabled, you can just pop open this task runner window here. I've already got a couple of these running. Let me kill them. Get them out of here. All right. So if you have the npm package runner explorer installed, you get this nice little window, and then you can just kick off the scripts by clicking on them over here. So I can come in when I'm doing development and say I want a Sass Watch, not Sasquatch, Sass Watch to run against my my theme and rebuild that anytime there is a file change in my CSS. And then I want .NET to watch and run if there's any logic that is being built. And there's a huge screen that popped up with my face on it. So this is now running. Yay! I'm everywhere. So now this is watching. So if I go back to my project here and I make any change, whether it's a theme change or a code change, let's go to the face page here. That's the page I'm on. So if I came in here and I said H1 hello,
it's actually like, okay, and you're not going to restart the server.
I'm going to hit save, and then I don't have my hands on the keyboard here, and it's going to reload that page and say hello.
Okay, so super confusing question about Blazor. That you just ran through this. Look, this is how we can take Sass and turn it into CSS, and it's a part of our pipeline, and we don't have to restart things. And then to test that, you showed me a change in a Razor file. So why was that setup needed so that my HTML changes would show up? Or was it not?
So technically, a Razor file is not HTML. It is a template file. So the code that is in, it's similar to JSX. Are you familiar with JSX from React? Okay.
No. Layla,
so,
are you? I'm like,
sadly. Yeah,
you know
sadly.
React? Oh my gosh.
When you write a React component, the HTML is not HTML. It is actually being translated into code that can render that HTML. So there is a thing called a render tree, and I'm trying to remember how to view it in here. It is very deep inside of the guts of the compiled code here. So it's going to be under.
Chris said this is why React is the bane of my existence. Are you okay? So you're saying this is different than other front end things like JSX, like, because I was always like, yeah, like this Razor file is really similar to how I might template something out in Angular, but you're saying they're not.
So here we go. Here it is. So the code that you write here, let's try to pull this up side by side, and we are getting way
fancy man with his two panes.
The code that we wrote here is, let's see, this is the camera. This is the button, I believe. Yeah. So it gets translated into this stuff. This is a render tree. So when you type a div like this camera wrapper here, it actually gets turned into .NET code. So it says builder open element div. That div has an attribute of class, and then you can see this is basically describing that element that's up at the top of the page. So this, let's zoom in here, this bit of code here, not a line, a box, is being defined, or is defining this bit of code here, like so. So when I write HTML, the compiler generates this.
I guess all of this still doesn't explain why we needed this, like the Sass compiling step, in order for my Razor changes to instantly happen.
Oh, those two things. Sorry, I got confused there. The Sass is outside of the Razor, and it is in Sass files. Let's collapse this. Everybody just got to see the inner workings of Blazor, and they probably didn't even care or need to. They got to see the sausage being made. So under themes, we have some Sass files. This is a completely separate process to Blazor. Like, the Blazor doesn't care about Sass. It doesn't know about Sass. It needs a compiler outside of .NET to compile the Sass code. So
did you make this SCSS for me, or like do you also prefer that flavor?
This is so the way I do things. So
this is my preference as well.
Shut the front door.
Awesome. There we go.
I know my husband loves actual Sass, and I can't do it. I have to have the curly braces.
Oh, you mean like the SASS? Ugh. No. That's not what God intended. I'm sorry. Yeah, so we have two different compilers we're working with here, so that I could put them in one task, but they would still call two different compilers out. So we have .NET Watch that's going to watch for .NET code changes. We've got a Sass Watch looking for CSS or Sass code changes. So two different compilers doing two different things. So if we make a Sass change, then we may need to refresh our browser to make sure that we have the latest Sass bits or CSS bits. We should probably
explain the app. What's with the developer toggle? Ooh, never mind. Keep going.
So we could talk about that in a second. So we got a little bit of a head start with some ideas. So we put some ideas here in our app of doing some sort of love detection app. And the reason my face is up on this screen as well as the ones in the stream is because we're going to take this video component and take the feed from the video component and use AI to figure out if you're in the mood for love, you love something. We haven't quite figured that part of the application out yet.
Listen, we need some help from chat. Okay.
She's like,
well, you did say the phrase on air, "in the mood for love," so we're gonna clip that and we're gonna use it against you.
I think Layla's jumping to conclusions by my intent of those words, but I meant.
Also, you're reminding me, Layla, so much of In Between Two Ferns. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but it's just perfect.
Layla's already crying. We've done our job. It's a happy cry though. It's not
Oh my
shameful cry, I don't think.
It might be like, oh my goodness, get me out of here, cry.
What have I signed up for?
Oh my goodness.
This is going well already.
Oh dear.
So in order to gauge one's mood, for whatever they may be in the mood for, what we could do is we could take this photo or this video feed, and we can snap a photo from it, and we can use machine learning to take that snapshot and gauge the person's emotion on what that photo has. So in here we get back from, and this is using Azure Cognitive Services. So we've got Blazor doing some magic here. We can explain that very quickly. We did a show about it yesterday. Layla's still trying to recover. And then we're passing the photo up to Azure Cognitive Services, which has a nice API for doing this machine learning behavior. And then the developer button here is what the concept of the app is going to be. We may not necessarily be showing all of the data that's going through the application, so we might want to turn off that and just show a final result. But the idea is maybe we'll show several images and gauge your reaction to those images over time, and then get a final reading of your emotion and display that. But behind the scenes, it's taking pictures of you, it's sending those things to the cloud, and analyzing those with artificial intelligence. Sound pretty cool?
Yeah, you should share out the what is it, the Azure API that you're using for that?
Yeah, so let's talk
What
about
the key.
what we've done. The key. Let's push all our keys to the cloud, Alyssa.
I may have pushed Azure keys to the GitHubs. I may have done that. Ed fixed it, but at one point they were out there.
And for once, it wasn't me.
I just know Ed was like face palming when he looked at my PR. He was like, "Why you do this to me?"
I was like, and there it is, folks. There's the keys for everyone to see. Right there in the cloud for all of us to enjoy. So we have a Razor component here, and it has a webcam component. The webcam component we built on Wednesday's show. If you want to see how that was built, you can go back and watch that in detail, and I can explain that away very quickly. The webcam component, which you'll find in the project here, basically uses the video HTML tag from HTML5, and it grabs a stream from your webcam and pushes it into that video element so you can see it on screen. And to do that in Blazor, I had to write JavaScript. I know.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
The nice thing is, now that the JavaScript is written, then you can just consume the component. You never have to see that JavaScript ever again. But behind the scenes, the JavaScript is initializing that video frame. It's asking the user if I can have permission to use their camera. Once it gets that permission, it goes ahead and feeds the video stream into the video element and plays it.
That step makes me think it's optional. It's not optional, right?
It is not optional. It will throw errors if you deny access to that, and there's some error handling in here that doesn't work so well, but it does some error handling. So we can either get a successful stream, or we'll prompt an error response from this. There's also a nifty little bit in here that the video component has a method on it that we can call that says get snapshot, and it will take a frame from the current running video and put that in a JPEG or a PNG format for us so we can do things with it. It's up to us to decide what we want to do with it. But how it does that is it takes the video element that we have. It already has the ongoing camera feed in it. And then we new up a canvas element using document.create element. We'll new up a canvas. We'll get a 2D context from it because Canvas can do 3D as well. Then we'll set the canvas to match the width and height of the video. And then we'll call draw image on that 2D context. So we're going to take the video, we're going to attach it to the canvas and take a snapshot of it and put that in the 2D context. So now we have an image, a still image, and then we'll call canvas to data URL, and we'll take the static image out of the canvas, and we'll just have the raw data to use. And then we don't need the canvas anymore, so we'll just take it out of the DOM and dispose of it and return the data back to Blazor to work with. Pretty cool.
It's very cool. Okay, so did you write this, or was this part of this camera?
Oh, I wrote all this.
That's awesome.
This was...
So
and when I say wrote it, I mean copied and pasted creatively from many sources.
Oh, and yeah,
Don't we all?
Can you show not our Azure keys themselves, but can you show like the actual API that you're using to then get that information about mood?
Yep. So we have our webcam component with our get snapshot functionality. And then in our Blazor app, we have on our face page here, we're going to get that data out of that component, and then we're free to do things with it, like send it to Azure. So I have the Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services SDK installed. So you could see it up here. And it has a vision and face API here. So what we do is we're going to get the snapshot. So it calls out to the webcam component, gets the snapshot, and then it uploads and detects faces. So if we go to upload and detect faces, what we're going to do is new up a face client, which is the Azure Cognitive Services API to do this. So we'll new up a face client and pass in our very secret, Alyssa, Azure credentials and endpoint. So the key and the URL point to my instance of this this face recognition API that I potentially would pay for access to on Azure. So I have a free account that has like so many requests per minute. So you don't really want to make those keys globally available to everyone in the world, because then they can start overloading your API, and then you might have to start paying real money for it. So we have our face client, and then we can tell the face client what aspects of that image we want it to recognize. So we can tell it that we want to know the gender of the person, if they're smiling, if they have glasses, what their age is. That can be very detrimental to your friendships. And then, of course, the emotion, like we're using here, and then hair, which I believe is something like hair color or something like that.
Was this all of the attributes you could get back, or was it just the interesting ones that you picked?
I think this may be all the things, but since we're using .NET and we have IntelliSense, we can go through here and see there may be some other things.
Head pose.
I don't know what these
is that like
do.
You're tilting, you're not tilting? What?
Accessories, that one might be interesting. Are they wearing a hat? Are they, do they have, I don't know, a unibrow? Who knows? There's something about makeup. I don't know if that's like rates their makeup, maybe. I don't know how well they've done with their makeup today.
No, it's like a percentage of makeup that you're wearing from 0 to 100% makeup.
There's a noise.
Like concrete.
Yeah. I need you to put makeup in right now. I want to see it. I want to see how much makeup you're wearing, Ed.
There's a noise one. So if that person is particularly noisy, then you'll get a response there. I think it has to do with the noise of level of the.
If someone wanted to use this, what do they Google? Face camera Blazor API Azure?
No, so it's
it's Azure Cognitive Services.
Cognitive Services.
Thank you.
And once you go to Azure Cognitive Services, there is a There's
Is it the
try for free.
image? Yeah.
Try for free will get you started on your account. And then it tells you how much everything costs in here. But there's a place where you can play with this too. Is it on the documentation page? If I go down to vision, face is what we're using. And then, yeah, here we go. So this is kind of the playground here. This is what we get back. So you can take any of these predefined images down here and play with those. Basically, you get a JSON response back. But since we're using .NET, we don't have to even worry about the JSON response. We have an API that's got a bunch of strong types wrapped around it. So we don't even have to worry about the serialization part of this. It's all taken care of for us.
There is a cool thing on this, though. I think it's this face detection, and it will tell you if the person is like a notable, like a celebrity as well.
Oh, celebrity.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it will tell you, it will come back, and I'm pretty sure it's this one. Is it the face verification? There's one where it will come in and they allow you to test it, and it will say, oh, this is Satya Nadella or something. I'm definitely sure it's this one that does it.
Two faces belong to the same person.
Yeah, there is a.
So there
me
is a
see if I can
celebrity
find
one
it.
though. I know. Whoops, I didn't mean to go that far back. Yeah, there is one
How cool.
that will do something like that. This is the one we're working with here, though, the emotion recognition part of it. So we get back all of these things. So the app. That's where we are with the app. We have the face recognition bit. We can snap a photo. It will make the call. Oh, got developer mode turned off. I'm gonna
Wow.
fake a smile here.
You actually got, I was going to say, you got 0% contempt. I always get a little bit of contempt in there, so I was going to be upset if you didn't get any.
We get. Oh, that was neutral. Okay, 0 contempt. I don't have a very contemptful face. I don't know.
Face is ripe with contempt, apparently, according to this API.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, the chat is asking, Copper Beardy, Layla, if you tried your own picture and did it recognize you? For the popularity, what was it? The celebrity.
Oh no, I haven't. I'm not like famous like Satya Nadella or anybody.
Excellent. We'll try it tomorrow.
So we've also got Telerik for Blazor installed on this app, so we can do all sorts of cool stuff. So we've got nice material theme buttons and toggles. And
I was
then
thinking we desperately need a pie chart that is Valentine colored themed.
I was sandboxing this idea. I don't know what y'all think of this.
Oh, see, I hate charts like this because they confuse the heck out of me. I don't know what I'm looking at. A spider web? Okay.
Tell us how you really feel. So this is what our app needs to tell us. This would be a good test. This could be one of our pictures that we show Alyssa and see if she is in that loving mood. So yeah, so this was an idea that I just got shot and torpedoed right out of the water.
No, it's beautiful and I love it. I'm just a pie chart girl. It's fine. It's fine.
So the idea was if we took several snapshots of a person looking at multiple photographs, then we could chart them on this type of a chart, and it would you would see an overlap of how many of those pictures depicted happiness. So on this example, it's got a couple overlapping on neutral, so there's only one happiness thing. So whatever that particular snapshot was,
like more than 4, and it was like just like layers, like almost like not necessarily, because it's going to be hard whenever we're showing images to capture the right moment for that image when that person's like actually thinking about that image, but it might be more accurate if we're like taking like 100, let's say, and I don't even know, that might overwhelm it, but 100 a while, like during like a 20-second period of time, and then like overlay that. And if like the primary video was like revolving around Valentine's Day, or what component is your favorite, or whatever, and then it would kind of give you this graph of like, with this one, I would assume it would turn out like which one you're actually pointing to a little bit more accurately, unless you got like totally waylaid by cookie during the video, and then you got your dog, Layla, then that would really
yes. Okay.
skew the data heavily. That's the
I was just looking at something because I thought there was something where you could, I may have just dreamt this up, that you could stream video up to Azure Cognitive Services, and then it might give us an average for that section. And I was just trying to see that, because
that'd be so much better than taking 100 snapshots and sending those in.
But that would work too, because we could
That
just take the
one
average.
Right.
is-
Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. That'd be so awesome.
That one is a video service, and I'm trying
that
to
in the vision?
remember if it is in the same cognitive services bucket. But yeah, there are video services that they have. Computer vision, analyze image and video. It does say video. I don't know.
Like, do you think it's the same, like the exact same one that you're using, but instead of sending in a snapshot, you could send in a clip?
No,
No.
the video one has a different API for.
Okay.
Let's see, this one I think it's a little more generic. It will tell you. I mean, I believe you could probably customize it to do what Layla is suggesting, but I think you have to take what they already have and modify it.
Because I see this computer vision one that says analyze content, images, and video.
Yeah.
5,000 transactions, 20 per minute.
So we're on the face recognition. It says in images. The video indexer and computer vision can analyze videos, but I think these are more custom. Like the video indexer would possibly do like the snapshotting for us. So it can analyze a segment of video and take, it can like do creative editing and stuff like that programmatically with the AI. Like you could create like trailers and things like that automatically from machine learning data. But I think that's going to get too advanced for, at least for me, for what I know of this stuff. And then you're also uploading video to the cloud, which is going to take a bit longer than just uploading like 5 snapshots. So a minute worth of video is going to be a lot more data to push than 5 JPEG images.
I'm reading about...
Oh, yeah, go.
Oh, no, I was reading about the computer vision, and one of the things it offers is that it can detect faces, but it looks like it's only returning gender, age, and like the coordinates for where that face is in the clip. I'm not seeing anything regarding emotion just yet, but I'm still reading through the docs. So it might not, maybe, I don't know. Layla, did you find anything epic?
No, I can't find anything. I mean, that could be our reach goal. And for now, we just take 5 photos, send those off and get the average score back. And then that could be our response, which would give us more like, they'll go through the range like, oh my God. And then, oh, what's that? You know,
right, yes.
Yeah.
So we probably want to have some way to display some image on the screen and have the person look at that image for a moment while we have like a timer or something, take a snapshot during that period they're looking at the photo. So one thing that we could probably do, we could use the window component. So let's see, demos.telerik.com. We could, where's my window? There we are. So we could pop up a window with an image in it that would overlay what the video screen, so they don't see themselves. So if they're in love with themselves, they're not going to be staring at this like, hey, I know that guy. They'll get a pop-up, and the pop-up will have an image in it. I'm killing Layla today. It'll have an image in it, and then after so many seconds, it will just close that pop-up window and then like pop up a new one, or change the image a few times and then close the pop-up window.
I think that's a good way. And you're just getting me back from my any comment yesterday. I know that.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I think that's good, because people have a habit of just, it's me, I'm just going to stare at myself. Look at me, I move my head, and they won't notice. We have to block the vision of them and stick stuff right under their nose. And when that pops up, we can, at the instant that photo is loaded, we could get our first picture. So we get their like, oh, what's that? Reaction, or that's sweet, or, whatever. Or the look of contempt. So, yeah.
So with the Telerik UI for Blazor, we can say Telerik window. And then we have properties that we can add to it. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if there is like a maximize. First of all, we can do modal, so that would be helpful. So they can't inadvertently close it until we're done analyzing their face. That sounds creepy. Let's see. We probably would benefit from just grabbing a sample off the web page. So if we go back to window, oops, that was not intended. Window component. We have this demo here, and then let's see, where am I on the sidebar? There's several window, there we go, dimensions. So we can set size, predefined size, large. Actions, what do we have for actions? Oh, that's the top bar. We can put actions up here, so we can turn off the ability to close this and stuff. Modal, here's our modal dialog. I'm trying to remember how to maximize this by default. Maybe there's a maximize API for that. So we could take a look at that. I think what we have to do is grab a reference to it. So we talked about these references on Wednesday's show a little bit. There's actually two different uses for them. On the webcam example that we gave on Wednesday, we called reference to get a DOM element reference for us to pass to JavaScript. When we get a reference here, we actually want the Telerik window reference to the object instance, so we can call APIs off of it. So this will be our, we'll just call it pop-up. And to get a reference to that in our code now, we're going to go to the code behind page, and similar to my notification here, I have a Telerik window. So the notification, by the way, the Telerik notification, if there's an error with the Azure service, it will pop a notification up and tell us that there was an error. And those are nice little like bubble pop-ups that come up. So this is the same idea. We're going to take a Telerik window here. I called it pop-up. And then we just set a get set property to it. And then Blazor knows to wire this pop-up to the reference of that pop-up, that modal pop-up window. So we need, let's add another button here temporarily, I think, just so we can experiment. Because right now we have a get snapshot button, but I think that button's going to go away because we're going to be sneaky and take snapshots without a button press. We're going to do it through this modal dialog instead. But we will just test the pop-up real quick. And then we need an event to pop that window up. So we have our modal pop-up, and then we need a void test pop-up here. And what this is going to do is give us a method to bind to our button, so we can test this pop-up component. So now when we click this button, we're going to do something with that pop-up. And now we have our API. So we can come in here and say, there we go. We can refresh. We can set some properties on it. Is there a maximize? That's what I wanted to see. We can call visibility changed. Set parameters. I'm trying to remember now exactly how to pop this up. We may need to use data binding. We've got examples, so we should look at the examples. These are popping up on default here. There we go. This is what I wanted to look at. So we need a button like this one that says open modal. Let's see how we did it here. So window visible is true. That's all we have to do is set the visibility property to true. So I went a little overboard with the example. We don't need a reference to it. Whoops, put that in the wrong place. I am fat fingering this really bad. Let's go back.
I'm normally the best one at that.
Face page. And oh, wow.
Are you ever just like off by one? So like what you're
Always.
typing is complete gibberish. You're like, oh.
On my phone, I've had this phone a year, and I still can't type on it. And everyone who like is well used to me messaging them is like, oh, it's just Layla can't type. And I don't even worry anymore because everything is just off by one.
Oh my god. It's like now a new code, right? You have to like
figure it out. So, but we don't want to figure it out, Ed. You have to be character perfect. We're not letting you away with this.
Well, I appreciate you all covering me while I fixed my problem there. So we've got modal window, and then window content is our template. So we can put whatever we want in here. Literally anything we want can go in there. And then if I go back, my app should still be running.
Did it work?
And I have a button that says open modal, and I clicked it and it did nothing. Let's try.
Oh wait, I think it might be behind you. Behind your face, Edward.
I don't think so. Let's try killing.
Sonnet, open the console. Prove me wrong. There it is, right? Wait, what is that?
No, I turned off my camera for a moment.
Oh.
So my pop-up isn't working because I haven't done any data binding. So visibility is supposed to be set to window visible, and if I don't bind my data, then it's not going to know what I'm trying to do with it. So that should fix it. Let's see. Did it auto reload? There it goes. Literally anything we want goes there. So we can pop up images in front of someone. Now, I'm trying to remember how to do that full screen.
Is that not full screen? I mean, it can like grade things out, you know.
That's got a special name. That has a name, and I've forgotten it. That grayed out bit behind it. Yeah, that's got a name. I used to have to fiddle with that lots when I was doing bootstrappy stuff.
What's the name of the opacity thing behind a modal?
Is this like, ask a friend now?
Is it overlay? I don't. That's yes. This is ask a friend. Come on, chat. You got to know this.
Okay. So until I remember how to do it full screen, we'll just go with a large window, and that should at least give us that. But we'll have to set a height here as well. I think one thing.
Did you say height too? I say height. You say height.
Temporarily, we can do width Is 100.
He's just
view
ignoring
height,
us now.
height. Did I say it wrong? Did I not use the proper British terminology?
No.
You both say height, and I have noticed it because I've not heard it said that way before, and I thought it must be a height and width.
It's because of width. So I feel in my heart it should be height.
But no, one does not say it like so. One says height.
Height.
Height. Enunciate your T's.
Oh, no, I was actually, so I used to work, like my first job out of college was at code school. You did it. Okay, wait, why is it so big?
Chair party. We haven't had a chair party. You know I'm known for chair parties, don't you?
Okay, show me.
Alyssa didn't know this.
I didn't
Chair
know.
party. Chair party. Chair party.
If we get spicy enough, we might have to take it out of the chair. Okay, the goal was to cover up your face, not the entire thing, or you wanted to cover up the entire thing?
I just figured.
I mean, like, you went for it. You just like
We want to focus the attention to the image at hand here, so we can put some type of photo in here. We had a photo resource, Layla. What was your photo resource?
Pexels. PEXELS.com.
And this is a family-friendly stock photography site. We're good.
As long as you put family-friendly stuff in it, I'm sure there might be, stuff that people put in. But I use it professionally, so it's artistic.
So I mean, we could have an image of a hug. Or let's see, what else? Any suggestions? Do we want to get some suggestions from chat?
Puppies? Oh yeah, chat. Give us suggestions.
What are? Ugh. Let's do 5. Let's start with 5. Like 5 images, different categories of images.
Okay.
Come on, chat. Keep it alive out there. There's at least 20 of you.
What happens if you search for lerv? Like not love, but lerv. I'm just really curious if they have that.
How do I spell that?
LURB.
Yeah, thank you, Layla. Thank you. Come on, Ed.
Don't eat the end. This is slang.
Not larva. No.
I've gone into iStock now. No, back.
It's like grow up and say real words. No, just kidding. It's so mean.
Skills.
Oh, we got stuff.
Okay.
We got stuff.
We do. Okay, we have
roses. Is one of them. So we'll borrow. Ladies, which picture should I use here?
Well, red roses would be the traditional because there's color coding on the colors of roses that you give people. Yellow is for friends. Red is for lovers.
Is this a good one?
And that's about it as I know.
Yeah,
white is for bereavement, I think.
Oh, is it?
I
think you're right. I think
chickens.
Yes, chickens.
They might not be chickens. They may be. Oh, good. They're all alive. Lovely.
Rollers. They're all. Oh my gosh, Layla.
I just worried it might be like fried chicken on a plate.
Fried chicken.
Oh, look at the fluffy chicks. Oh,
yeah.
so
Do a
cute.
cute one, Ed. Do a cute one. Also, black roses was suggested.
Let's see what else do we have here.
I thought you were going to put
I know I saw this in there somewhere. Wink, wink. No, I didn't. But I mean, if you want to get my attention.
If you
I mean, you got to give me something like this to work with, right?
Oh my gosh.
Alrighty.
Did I hear disappointment in your voice there, Alyssa? One more, folks. One more.
And well, Copperbeardy is saying teddy bears. We didn't do hearts either. Oh,
Do
the
really
cute one, the first one. Yeah, red teddy bears. Because that's cute. I like that one.
that
It's
one's
pink
cute.
and fluffy. Did you get hearts? A la Alyssa's background.
Like human hearts or
Candy heart. He's candy heart.
Do you feel like you're working with like, two hyper like teenage girls right now, Ed?
I feel very at
John's gonna
home.
hear us.
I have 4 of them. So
Can we do,
Oh
can
my
we do a
gosh.
poll?
you didn't know.
I really want us to do a poll for the chat because we're getting a lot of like mixed messages from Team Grinchmas about, broken hearts and black roses.
Mm.
So I want to do a poll in the chat for people who are yay or nay on the Valentine's Day, just to get the feeling, just to get, like if we're 99% nay, then maybe we should, go black roses. I don't know.
Oh man, this totally didn't work. I was trying the literal, like you said, hearts. I was like, let's get literal hearts up there and see what people react to.
You
Like,
would.
Sweating blood everywhere.
Yes. Yep.
Like boys will be boys. Womp womp.
Yay! Anna's gonna do the poll.
Okay, so we have 5 or 6 pictures. So inside of our window tag, let's see. Let's put a little. We can change this message, but it's a message nonetheless. Like,
What?
Focus on the photo. Let it incorporate itself into your mind.
Photo in.
and then we have an image tag. We need to feed that image tag with stuff, and we're gonna have to build a
Feed
timer.
this image into your brain. No, he's going to just ban us and mute us in a minute.
Oh, we can only hope. No, but seriously, are you gonna do like a 4 each on that image? What are you gonna do?
That's gonna be tricky. So let's get the images in our app first. So I'm gonna grab these.
I know a really good jQuery slideshow plugin that works. If you include
like
jQuery
jQuery.
2.2.4, it works, but if you include 3, it doesn't. So I could get you that slideshow plugin.
Yeah, that's not gonna work here.
This is jQuery and me.
If we
It's
wanted
the
to
only time
use
I liked
jQuery,
JavaScript.
I mean, we could do that on a stream
Top of
some
chat.
other time, like
Vote.
I don't know, 2002.
Vote. Everybody vote. I want to know your feelings on Valentine's Day. Yay or nay? Vote. Send in your vote.
So I'm going to open
it's
this
currently-
in a file explorer really quick, and we need to kind of standardize these names real fast. So I'm just going to index them.
Ed, are you yay or nay on Valentine's Day?
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Wow. And
I-
Layla, were you yay or nay? Oh my god!
I don't need a holiday to tell me what to do.
I'm so alone.
But it's
in the
okay.
world.
I like it now because it's going to be Cookie's first birthday. She's a Valentine's pup. So I've bought a lovely Valentine's Day dinner on offer from the supermarket. But it's going to be repurposed into Cookie's first year birthday party.
Perfect. That's wonderful. Are you getting like special cookies baked for dogs? For Cookie
I
on her
might
birthday?
like cook her something, but basically she's like a trash can. She eats anything. It's disgusting. I have to clean her mouth out when she sometimes, like human caterpillarizes herself. It's disgusting.
That is.
She's not so cute. I got it. Yes.
You did. You
Oh,
did.
good lord.
Oh, happy birthday, Cookie. I think we need a picture of Cookie to go in the slideshow.
I've got a really cute one she's got
Send
a
it.
little pot belly. I'm gonna get it. I'm going to Twitter it over to you, Ed.
Alyssa, how
Yeah.
do we center this the most fast and efficient way possible?
Give the whole most fast and
Do-
efficient. You just
do
like
we-
doubled it over there. Give the whole thing. What are we in? K widget.
Yeah, do we just
What happens if
slap
you give it
a-
like display flex and then you justify the content center? Will it center it or no? Try it.
I
Just
think
try
we
it.
need a wrapper.
Can you not just use the wrapper that's there?
We could probably
You could
grab
also try.
we could grab K window content maybe and do that.
Do it.
Why did
Do it.
What did it do? Oh, it gave me
Just
the
do it
ID.
on-
I don't want the ID. Blech. K window content yada yada yada. That's what I want.
Yeah, right there.
Um,
Display flex, and then justify content center. See if
Come
that
on,
fixes
Chrome.
our happiness.
Chrome.
Yeah, time bender's with me.
It
Seems
won't.
not everyone got chocolate candy last year.
All right.
Sorry, that was me reading the chat in my weirdest voice.
I'm gonna throw it straight in the bottom of this for now.
Yeah,
See, I always
do
put this
it.
little
I need.
refactor memo in here?
Yeah, it needs to happen.
Boom.
It's true.
We'll just drop that.
Was
right
it K
smack
was
in
K
the
content?
middle.
Okay, it was a class.
It was K content, K window.
Those were all
and
classes, yeah.
Note to self here. I mean audience. If I do this, this is global, so this would do all of the window components in my app. So you might want to scope this down a little bit if you're going to do this. in
Or
your
maybe not.
project.
Maybe you want everything to be centered on
Um,
all your window components.
And then you said flex box.
Display. You say display colon
Display.
flex.
Oops.
I do not know who direction is. Yes. Colon flex, and then justify dash content, and then colon center, and then I'm a little worried. This should work, but I'm a little worried that we might not have the selector perfect. So let's go and see if it.
Okay. Let's take a look. I think we need to refresh because this is a CSS change. We'll open the modal. Ooh,
Okay,
it
so
does
yeah,
not
inspect
look-
and see if it's being applied even to.
Does not
Because I'm
look like
wondering.
it is.
Can you let's see.
I don't see it hitting that selector.
So did you do K content, K window content, K dialog content? Did you do that?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's what you
let's
did?
make sure I have dot K content, K window content, K dialog content.
Wait, go back. You said it's not even at all in the console, like anywhere. Like, is it
No.
in the console being
So,
overridden, or is it not showing up at all in the inspector?
let's do something here real quick. Let's empty the cache just to make sure we don't have a cached version. There it is. We had a
Wait.
cached CSS.
It's just so pretty.
Boom! It's like right there.
Staring into
Now,
my
it
soul.
did take our image off or our text off. We don't need the text though. We can just drop the text.
I don't know why the bear's so big. Who gave it permission to be that massive?
Bears like everywhere. Bear. It's kind of scary now. I might get a scared emotional
little
reaction from that.
Well, we will soon
Oh,
find out, won't we?
I just dismissed that modal with the keyboard command, which I don't
Did
know
you?
if it's gonna throw off anything or not. Yeah, it did. It's not doing it now. I hit escape earlier and it killed it.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But now I don't have any way out of the modal, so that's fun.
We want to
right.
lock you in to this
We just want
slideshow.
it to keep going as
Let's see.
well.
Is Damar still in the back? He hasn't yelled at
Yeah,
us
he
for the
is.
accessibility fiasco that we're creating yet.
Can we have a recap, please?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Eva
Oh,
would like us to do a recap,
Uh,
and we need to crowdsource our name because currently it's Love Photo Machine ?
It's true. I
Thank you.
did put that in there as a placeholder because I don't even know. I don't know. But welcome to the what are we calling this stream? The love stream?
Love Connection.
Stream.
Okay.
Where two teams battle it out for the best Valentine themed app of 2021. You have Team Candy Hearts, which is this lovely
The winning
panel here.
team. This
The
winning team. The
Right
winning
though,
team.
and then I think Team
Grinch.
Valentine Miss.
The losing
what was-
team.
Help me out here. I don't remember their name, but they're in the chat hanging out.
Grinch.
Valentine Grinch. Thank you,
Losers.
Layla.
Losers will do. Losers will do.
Yeah.
There's
And
us.
we
Team Candy
are
Hearts.
getting started on our app right now. We have about 45 minutes left to program live on our application. And then we'll be doing prize pick and passing the baton over to the other team so that they can program for a couple of hours. And then tomorrow we'll be wrapping up our applications, having more prizes. So make sure you fill out that link in the chat to register to win. $100 Amazon gift cards, people. Can't say it enough. Yeah, so come back tomorrow and we will pick winners, finish up the code, and hopefully have a just astonishingly beautiful Valentine app. I think the vote came in
It was a
Okay.
bit.
for, I think it was primarily nays.
Mm.
It was overwhelming. I think everyone's on Ed and Layla's side. I haven't had a bad Valentine's Day since I was 18. So I am
All right, rub it in. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
wow.
it. And we haven't done a good enough job of explaining what our app is doing. Now, Ed described it yesterday as creepily taking photos of people and determining whether or not they were in. And today, this is the quote from today, in the mood for love.
Yes, he did. He did say that.
There you go.
When he was selling it to me, he was like, "Hey, I've got this idea for the app." And I was like, tell me the idea." And he was like, "It's kind of like a dowsing rod, like where you're hunting for water, but instead of water, we're hunting for like, do you like this thing? Do you not like this thing?" So we're showing a bunch of images to evoke an emotion. We're secretly, or maybe not so secretly, I think not, since we have to get permission from the user to use their camera, taking photos and sending that to Azure Cognitive Services. Yes. And then we're getting information back about their mood.
There's our.
What are you looking
What
at?
are you doing?
This is our. This is our logo for our app.
This is the logo for our app. So we do need to decide on a name for our app.
Oh my god! And
That's
we
gonna
want
be
everyone to
huge,
do it in
that.
paint.
Oh yeah, we need an icon for our app, and you can submit icons by opening MS Paint, drawing an icon,
MS
saving
Paint.
and sending to us.
Please don't use MS Paint.
No, it's actually the preferred
It's a
method.
requirement.
Do not
Mhm.
listen to Ed. I will only accept app icons that are drawn in MS Paint.
Speaking of icons, Alyssa, I think as a CSS geek like myself, you would appreciate on my no camera screen here. The CSS behind this is actually very elegant. I love it.
Oh God, what?
So for the camera wrapper, I literally just used the content property and smashed in a couple emojis and
Beautiful.
just used the position absolute over the top of that to
Love it.
render those out.
I see you used
And-
after and not before. We might have to talk afterwards.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
okay.
I'm kidding.
And then I grayscaled it so they're not colored, so they match like this.
They're miserable.
Yeah. And then there's
Okay, no, seriously. Since chat won, we have to throw in a negative photo, like black roses or something depressing. I don't know. Maybe candy that's been smashed by a toddler. I don't know. Chat won. They're against Valentine's Day, so we need to have a negative Valentine-y photo.
Now
And
I
this
did
should be
send
Ed's
over.
expectations.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to go too
Oh my
dark
gosh,
here.
Copper Beauty. An empty box of chocolates. How perfect would that be?
Oh no! Put broken heart in, Ed, because there's this cute little robot crying with
A
a
crying robot.
yeah. See the top
Oh my god, yes!
How did you know that was there? That's what I'd like to know.
left. I may have wanted to use this this photo in my talk that I'm giving on Saturday, but I didn't.
A talk
I
on
did send you a
Saturday?
picture of
What is
Cookie.
this talk you're talking about on Saturday? Is there
Something
something we should know about?
No.
No, we
No,
should
it's
know
just
about
gonna-
it. No, we need to know about it.
She just says no, like she's not keynoting an
You're
event or anything.
keynoting. That's epic and something to be celebrated, no matter how many machines you have to use to get it done.
Oh my god, but it's just such a mission, and I have to be up at 5 a.m. and I'm a lady of leisure at the moment, being unemployed. So I've been like getting up at 8 and lying in bed and reading whilst drinking coffee, and then now I'm going to have to be live at 10 to 8, having set up the monster system to broadcast, and yeah, it's not going to go down well. We'll
It's
see.
It's only a keynote, no pressure.
No, exactly. It's only a keynote. No, it's fine.
And I think the best way is I will plop it in private chat.
Okay.
The photo of Layla's cookie. The most beautiful dog I've ever seen in the whole world.
With her beer
Okay.
belly.
Sorry, it took me a second to process what we're talking about here. I'm
Well, 'cause it's on Twitter right now, but I'm just gonna that way you don't have to pull up Twitter. You could just
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got a pop-up, and right now it shows a bear, and we want to have something on a timed delay to like show multiple pictures.
Yeah, I already
actually-
said jQuery slideshow from the 80s. What is your
Come on
problem?
with your jQuery slideshow? We have the power of Telerik UI for Blazor. Like this is like having superpowers. So one thing that we have at our disposal here is we have a pager. We have where is this thing? And I lost my screen. Did somebody take my screen down? They did.
Listen, some things are more important than code.
Like very sleepy, like puppies who look like
Oh,
they're
you have a
drunk.
puppy. Okay, I didn't know what was happening. I was looking at
You were doing
these
work, Ed.
tools,
It's fine.
and we
You're flexing.
have.
So
I
there's
wanna
a
say-
type of slideshow that we have.
Yeah, there is there's a few things that we could use. There's a range slider, there is a pager, and there is a chunk progress bar. There we go.
Chunk progress.
So we
Oh,
could
okay.
do
Yes, that's nice.
do that. So we could use this in conjunction with some other code. So we could show like a status at the bottom, like you're on picture 1 of X, and then we need to do this on a timed basis. I feel like not like a manual one. So to do a timer in, all right, should we do the timer first or let it be manual first? Just
I think
boom.
timer. We don't want people overthinking it. We want to be boom, boom, boom.
All right, so I wrote this little app called Blazor, and it has a timer in it. So I'm going to go to this and steal my timer component.
I love it. I love it. While you're stealing
So-
things, make sure you download the picture of Cookie from the private chat, please. Don't forget, Edward. I love that dog so much. Ooh.
Yes, this is Destructopup, aka she's also known as Destructopup because she
How could
chewed
such a
through
puppy?
all my cables, and
Oh.
I was on a call and suddenly everything went because she chewed through my Ethernet. And
Wow.
she's so sweet. Butter wouldn't melt. Very
So, like,
sweet.
If we get like leftover cords that we have and like tie them in like doggy shaped bones, it'd be like the perfect chew toy.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Poor pup. Never gets any
So I've
cords.
got a timer here. I'm going to throw just the code for the spans on the screen, just to display what it's doing. And then I'm going to grab the code out and put it in our code behind. We don't have to keep the information there, but it will at least give us an idea of how this works before we remove it. So there's a little visual element. And then we can kind of minimize some of that code there and pop this in. So for our timer, we need a time span. I have a parameter of countdown 2, which this is not gonna
Coding with
help.
Loose is in the chat.
Yeah, this is
Hi,
this is gonna
Coding with
be-
Loose.
Countdown 2 should default to something because in my app I'm actually using this manually. But what we can do is say date time now, add, and then however many images we have divided by how many minutes we want to display them. So we've got 7 images. Let's take one of those out and do 6, and then we can do like 10 seconds per image. Is that too much?
Oh no, that's
5
too long.
seconds per
I think it
image?
should be 5 seconds. We want instant, like, what's this? And then a photo per second, I think.
So we've got, let's say we've got 6 photos at 5 seconds. We'll add 30 seconds.
Can't you pass in the
Is,
photo
is that too
No.
long?
when you call it?
Add seconds.
Do we have 6?
Yeah, we have 7, but we want math to be easy. So
Did you just change our data so the math is easy?
yes, I did.
Because 5 times 7 is so horrific to do.
So we have an even number of seconds per image. So we'll count down 30 seconds, and then our timer callback is. You guys are killing me here. System.threading. We need system.threading. This should be our timer. And then on parameter set is not the situation we need here. We want to call this event on our own. I'm automatically doing it because it was part of a component, and we don't want to do that here. We want to initialize it somehow. So we can say start timer, and that should kick off our timer. And every time the timer is invoked, it's going to call state has changed, which is going to re-render the component, but it's not actually doing any work yet. But we do have, let's see here, we have a time span that we're going to display in our components here. So we should get like a countdown if I just run this right now. So, or no, we need to invoke it. We need to invoke it with a button click. Let's take our button that displays. No, let's hijack another button. Let's do another button. So we'll do a button with an on-click event that is start timer, and we'll test out our timer. Okay? Does that sound okay?
Does that not need to be in on click in quotes, or is that okay?
It doesn't matter in Blazor.
Oh, okay.
As long as it as long as the
But
value
it's inconsistent.
Absolute madness.
as long as the value is not a string. So if the property is a string, it will not allow you to do this. You'll have to escape it. But I don't need an @ symbol, and I don't need quotes. And
You know, if the
it will
value
recognize.
is.
Am
There
I
you go,
am I
Layla.
breaking brains here? Like, should I put it
No,
in quotes
on line
just to make folks
13, you
happy?
have quotes. Either do it or don't do it. Don't mix it. It's like tabs and spaces.
Oh, this is great. I like to do stuff like this, I feel like, on purpose. So here's our output for our timer test. And if we click on this, we're counting down. It did 18 seconds. I don't know if that was a delay on something or if it literally
Refresh.
didn't work.
Do the refresh.
All right, so if I refresh the app, and I'm going to click test timer. Okay, did 26 seconds that time. So it seems like there's a delay in the repaint
Why?
or something because...
Or maybe the timer starts right when the refresh happens, not when you click your button.
That's what it is. No, it's when it clicks the button and then it refreshes and the timer's already going.
Right.
Okay.
The timer is
Yeah.
going and you are
And the-
unawares.
So it took,
Yeah, and you haven't refreshed yet.
yeah, it took 4 seconds, though, from the button click to the displaying of it. That seems like a long time to me, but yeah, that seems to be
go.
what's happening. So we might have to adjust the time for that. So that's good to know. But it goes negative. That's a thing.
It goes negative. Oh my
We've
word.
gone negative time. There's something in the timer
Oh, that's
callback, I
funny.
think, that you can tell it to not go negative. So what this is doing is every second it is initializing a re-render.
Do we want to do a do while time is positive?
Yeah, what we want
we still have
is
time.
We want a stop timer. We want
Oh my
a
God.
void.
Timer's
Stop
gone Benjamin
timer.
Button on you. Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
So we would want to take the timer, and I'm trying to remember how we would find it if we're not in the same method call here. Shoot, this is basic.NET stuff too, and I'm forgetting how to do it. I think we need to make the timer a global
Stick it up the top.
in
A private.
timer as timer, and then I don't want to call it.
Oh,
It's
why
gonna-
why is it capitalized?
We'll do
No,
old-fashioned
no,
my
no, it's
timer.
not. It's not Pascal case. It's not a
call that-
constant.
I call that capital camel. Woo!
Here, we'll give it the English spelling here.
Oh, my tour. I don't pronounce it tumor. Timer. It should
There.
be TIMUH.
YMER.
There we go. That's how that's how my brain sees the English spelling of timer.
Is this just a .NET thing to capitalize what you will?
There's convention. There's
Yeah.
conventions.
So
okay.
these are
And he breaks
properties
them.
because they have get set, so they should be capital. This is a field, so it's lowercase. This is a field, so it's lowercase. So is that. This is here. Let's.
I gotta highlight
It
that
was
one. That's
triggering you, wasn't it? It's an
It's
Ed
an Ed
thing. It's
thing.
easy.
I just can't do the English spelling. It's too much.
right. Ed, I'm out of coffee.
I do that, but I actually
this is
then
our
get
problem.
coffee delivered.
How is this our problem, Elise?
You got it, man.
Alyssa.
What? Why is dev mode capitalized? Said
timer
rollers.
is a timer dispose, folks?
I don't know.
If I wanted to just kill it, or do I just
But you don't know when the dispose would fire, you see, because that would just get gathered in the garbage collection. It could be now, it could be in a few moments. It's not.
So okay, so what we can do is we can actually look at some documentation.
I don't
and
understand.
system-
Couldn't you just say if times 0, delete everything? Like just delete it all. Just blow the application up. Like why can't we just put an if statement in here to fix all our worries? I don't.
That's what I said, a do while.
Thank
Everyone loves a do while.
Is this the right
that-
one? There's two
What are you
timers in
drinking?
.NET,
It looks
by the way.
delicious.
Though this one
It's
is
Pepsi.
which timer do I have? This is system.threading.task timer. There's actually two timers in .NET, so you get two different APIs depending on what you're looking at.
Timer
Timer
so
dot
cool.
dispose. Why don't you try that?
It will work. Okay.
Dispose works. Eagle's the man. He's helping us out all the time. He started a new stream, by the way, so hit follow on his name.
Oh, is that a thing? Follow.
So we could hit timer.dispose here, and we could like set our time span.
I did
to
see
null.
timer.stop as well. In that documentation you went to, it was timer.stop and then
what's that?
timer.dispose.
Oh, there's wait, start. Look at all this fun stuff. Yeah, so there's things that we can do in here. Where did you see stop?
In that where you were a moment ago, there was
Oh, hang on.
no, not there. But in the docs you were, not those docs. There was definitely a timer.stop. Maybe you were in the wrong
to the
API.
Browser.
Oh, that's task. Ugh. Where? System threading timer.
We need a timer because there's a question, and I'm answering it because we're building an app that detects
There.
your emotion. Task.delay milliseconds could be used. Excellent. To SAS.
Oh, yeah, that could work too.
The thanks.
I imagined the timer.stop by the looks of it. That was a Laylaism. It was testing you, Ed. Testing you.
Oh, I can't nullify a time
AKA, you made it up.
span. Time span is non-nullable. Okay, fine then.
So yes, we're building an application to detect a person's mood based on the photos we're showing them. And so, like, how do they feel about thing A? And we're using Azure Cognitive Services to get that data back. And so Ed wants a timer so that these photos can kind of cycle through on their own without anybody clicking buttons and taking photos all the meanwhile. Someone said earlier that this sounds like a psych experiment that you might run at like university, and I was like, yes, that's exactly what this is.
We just need like some, is it Rorschach images now?
Get some blobs. We need some blobs up in here.
Blobs. Do they look like a heart or blood splatter?
Yeah. Await task delay. Yeah. Did that work? Is that what you tried? Did that happen? No? Yes? Maybe?
So I think we want a timer here because what we can do is we could use task delay too. I'm trying to think which one we want. Let's try task delay really quick. So we know the timer does stuff, and it's a decent decent way to do it. Let's try. So we have a button click that starts the timer. Let's do another void start timer. And then
You should have left it and just like capital I and just like rolled with it and seen how long it took Layla to go over. Please put it back.
And I thought I cackled, honestly.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's true.
Oops. Doing this
There's a
backwards.
countdown event class. Did you know that?
Okay, I didn't know that, but I think we're ending up with too many solutions here. Let's do task delay. How many ways can you skin a cat?
I still have a jQuery
delay,
slideshow plugin. So
how many milliseconds? So we want 500 milliseconds, like 5 seconds. Right? Await task delay. And then we'd want to like for each over this, right?
Yeah.
For
I'm
1 through 5. And then we would task delay over that.
shouldn't that be outside of the timer?
And then we're going to ditch the timer. And then we'll say an integer of, let's just call it index for now. And then we'll say index equals I. So we could tell which photo that we're on. And then if we do this 5 times, and then of course we need the state has changed in there to tell it to re-render. This could work too, I think. And then let's go back to our component. We'll erase this. And then we'll just say at index. And let's see if the index counts down for us when we click the button. To make this a little easier to see, we'll just go ahead and smash it up here in the test timer button.
If you have any ideas for the name of the application, submit it at
Test timer 0.
progress.co/name the apps right there. Also, if you've created a beautiful logo /create a logo, do it. We want to see your ideas.
That did the trick. So
Did it work?
Simplicity.
Show it.
Won the day.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
3, 4.
Yay.
Cool. So let's do a little more data manipulation here. So we're going to do 0 based. So let's take image number 7 and change that to image 0 so we don't get any goofy errors here. And then what we can do is let's move this start timer button. Thanks, Eagle, for that suggestion. That's a lot more easy to understand what's happening. Timers are, I think, kind of messy and memory hogs too, if I remember correctly. So what we could do here is we say at index like that. Yeah, I was going to say I need to escape this, or it's going to think .jpeg is part of that. It's a property and it's not. So we'll go ahead and escape that. And now we need to trigger when we open the modal window. So we'll take this out and we have to move this to we'll just put it in start timer. How about that? So start timer. And then if we go back to our code, we'll start our timer. When we start our timer, we'll say window visible is true. And then we'll walk through the time, and then we'll say window visible is false.
So we're going to show it, loop through our photos, and then hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So let's go back. Now it just says open modal. Our button's gone. Click. That's
Too fast.
That is
fast.
too fast.
That's milliseconds. That's why, isn't it? So that needs to be faster.
Sorry, those were English seconds, not British seconds. And this is going to be too long.
Okay, but how?
We need a happy medium here.
Yeah, we do. But how do we? At what point during the photo showing do we snap the photo?
That is
Each
going
second.
to be, yeah. So what we probably want to do is split this up a little bit. So we'll have, let's see, five was too short. 5,000 was too long. What's a good time here?
2,500.
Yeah, try it and see how it feels.
I like this. We can actually use some English here. So Nick,
What?
the first one, suggests just using time span from seconds, and then we can just define this in seconds. How many seconds do we want to show the image before we take a snapshot?
3. Oh, before we take the snapshot, are we doing only one snapshot? Hello, Nick. Nick's my technical support guru.
Let's say 2 seconds, and then we'll take a snapshot.
Yeah. And so we'll
then-
start by taking one, can't we? Yeah.
And then what we can do is delay for another second or two. So we're letting them look at it. We'll take a snapshot, and then we'll keep that image up there for just a second, so they don't, somebody's not trying to game the system or something. And then we can put in here, get snap. And that should give us a result. This is a wait as well, isn't it? Yeah. So this
But
will...
now you need to have like a queue of snaps, or are you going to send them in while we're doing this and
Correct.
save that data? What's your plan?
Yeah, so right now we have one. So if I open this up...
That's a really long time. This is not working. Wow,
too
that's long.
Is that 2
There's-
seconds?
There's
That
no way
is-
that's 2 seconds. Take a picture and then 1 second. There's no way.
Yeah, let's
What
let's
is going
try.
on?
Let's try to have that. I'm not believing this either. That seems too long.
That's even longer.
Oh, it was longer. Okay, go back to milliseconds real quick. Just test.
Yeah.
Just test
Let's,
if
let's try.
Nick is saying you need to change the status changed immediately after the index. So where we've got the status
Oh.
changed on line 99, he's saying we need that on after line 95.
so we might be able to use the from seconds.
Okay.
Let's see what happens here, and then we'll go back to
Alrighty.
seconds. Okay, that's...
Do your hard refresh thingy. I don't trust it.
You don't trust it? Okay.
Why?
That seems long.
That's long.
Now we will say Eagle is saying after the await snap. Where's the await? Oh, the get snap.
So we want 2 state has changed?
Wait, where?
Oh, okay. And then one after the next one.
Oh,
So
await.
down.
Let's see. Also after
So-
the await gets that. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Let's see what happens here.
So manual.
That's a lot.
It's
Oh,
getting better.
We can
Okay,
live with
so we
that.
can,
That's okay.
Yeah, we can fudge the times
Yeah.
a little bit.
But like
But at the end, when this
600
closes,
milliseconds, that's like half a second, right?
so it did
Yeah,
take a
yeah.
snapshot in that time period. So we do have one snap. So now we need to do what Alyssa said. We need to get multiple. So we have, when we do get snap, our data is here. Our faces gets detected and uploaded. We get a list of faces, but that's per call. Let's see what's happening in the list of faces. So we get a list of them. We don't, I guess we're going to have a list of faces. Because what's happened with the list of faces is, or we could just take the first one, because we're not expecting multiple people to be on camera. So the API supports, like, I could take a group photo and it's going to grab all the faces and it's going to give me every emotion in all 5 people that are in that group photo. So it comes back already as a list, but that's not the same thing as taking one picture 5 times. So we need to have these detected faces, but our API, we can trim this down a little bit and say, give me the list. And instead of returning the face list, we'll just go ahead and return the first face off that face list. And then this would be a...
Just a detected face, is it?
Yeah,
Wait, well, hang on. We
so
need to change
when we await
the...
faces, we'll just await a face here. And then we will take that face and say faces dot add face.
Yep. And you need to change the signature down where you down lower, because you haven't changed it to just a detected face. It's still an I list there.
Oh.
So where's the signature for that? Up.
Oh,
There.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I need
Yeah.
to take the list out of that. So it is. So we're limiting the API to just one image or one face, and then the error handling needs to. I don't know. We can always work on error handling later. Isn't that what we all say?
Yeah. Oh, we'll just add the tests in later too. No problem.
Exactly. See, Layla, great minds think alike.
I know. It's just
Mew.
Mew.
We're using cat sharp today. We're gonna mew up some faces. All right. So now let's see what happens if we. I think we only have a display for one though. So let's for testing
that was
purposes.
slow.
Yeah.
It wasn't
What happened
even,
there?
I don't know. I don't.
It
trust
didn't
test
change.
delay.
It broke everything.
I don't trust this task delay business. So much dead silence. Come on.
It's not happening. Nothing's happening.
It doesn't seem consistent, does it?
No, I don't think you're
But-
going to get a change. I think this
we
is where
break
we're
it?
at now.
Is there an
jQuery carousel for the win.
exception? Oh,
But you have to use
oh,
2.2.4,
objects.
and that's okay.
We got a null reference. That's why. I know
Oh,
what
so
it is.
no
I know
null
what it
checks.
is. So
And you're not going to tell us?
we have an I list of detected faces, and that
And you
is
haven't newed it
null,
up.
So we haven't equals new.
You guys love saying
Boom.
that. Like, you're so
That.
hip. Like, nude it up.
Just make it a list, for God's sakes. All
And
this
that's new
fancy interfacey
new
stuff.
notation as well. Fancy pants notation as well.
Oh yeah, I
You're
use it
Some
on
saying
people
YouTube.
might
that's
be going-
new notation for newing up, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, it's like new. Normally you would have had to have been like new list of detected faces. Now you just get new.
This is excellent. We're getting photos galore. Do you see this? He fixed it.
Look at all of the
Oh
listings.
my gosh!
That's
Look at
perfect.
Check
that data!
That's perfect. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So we
Okay.
have data. That means
That's good.
we've taken multiple snaps. Now we didn't actually save all of the snapshots, so we're overwriting that data variable multiple times. which is
Do
fine.
we need
fine with
them?
me.
I guess we could
I don't feel like we
eventually
need
like
them.
have like the bear and then like in the corner like your face, like to display data like your face for each of these pictures. That'd be cute.
So yeah, we could like a photo booth. We just created a photo booth app. That's all we did. I'm gonna just throw in just for purposes, just so we can delimit this list really quick. So we'll do this one more time,
All right,
and
Ed,
I will
think about-
overreact.
Yeah.
Teddy bears. That's what I like right there.
Oh my god.
Chickens. Roses are okay. Yeah, whatever, man.
Wow.
Let's see. Now we can see
Oh
the
my
different
God, I'm so
outputs.
excited. Let's see. You have neutral on the first one.
Slightly.
Wow,
happy
you're
with
you're
the
pretty
lamb.
neutral, but yeah, happy on the second.
100% on the
Look at
chicken.
that.
Was it chickens the third, or was it beef, or pork chops, or whatever the meat was?
Let's see. Whatever the meat. Meat was 2. Chickens was
No, but it was
3.
No, but it was the third one because it's 0 index. So that was the meat.
0,
that was
1,
the lamb.
2,
You were like,
3, 4.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, why have we only got 4 showing? Not enough
It's 0.
timers.
There's 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5.
Yes, but we had 7.
We've got 7 images.
Yeah, but remember he changed it
didn't-
to 5 because he didn't want to math. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, now we
yeah.
don't have to because it's not a math situation.
Okay, Seriously,
So
go to the private chat and look for I'm trying to find out. It's like at the top. I'll paste it right now. You have to put there was requests. Everybody wants cookie in the slideshow.
It's at 5:07. That 5:07 p.m. for me. So like half an hour ago.
Okay. Yes, I just pasted it in again. Private chat. You must download and plop in, please. And then we'll change
what
it
is
to
this?
8.
What am I doing?
Photo. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my.
With her little beer belly.
That makes me so happy. Now, did you put this like in the position, or is this
No,
a
that's how she
natural-
sits. All the time. She just flumps on the back of her tail. I was like, hi, it's my belly.
Oh, I love it so much. She would look so good in like a little tutu.
Oh.
What,
Just
with the
like
belly
sitting
hanging
there
out?
with the
Sorry,
Oh, God.
cackling. Sorry, Ed. Sorry. Serious Layla. Serious Layla.
Okay.
Serious
so
face.
we have our pop-up, we have our carousel, we get the data, we have data. Now we need to act upon the data. How much time do we have left, by the way? 20 minutes?
We
Like
have
20
10
minutes.
No, but not really, because we have to do prize winners and wrap up and pass off. So really, if you're
Sure.
talking pure code time, about 10 to 15.
17.
Yeah,
Okay.
17. That's beautiful.
So
17
we
minutes.
And I'm trying to tune this slideshow. I think
I'm
this
wondering
isn't bad.
if the photo should
I
be
like this.
taken at 1.5 instead. I'm worried that we're missing your reaction, or maybe
He's
I don't know.
just not got reactions.
No, I'm not.
Neutral face.
Ed is king of neutral face.
I have a RNF,
No.
resting neutral face. But we
Whereas,
have data. We
okay,
have a
So now we need to
stream of
average
data.
these and put them in
Um,
the pie chart.
Yes.
okay, a
so
Valentine themed pie chart.
a pie
So
chart?
Eagle is saying, I've moved it to a pie chart again. We can have a strawberry pie chart. Eagle says that reactions come after 500 to 700 milliseconds. So we need to wait for that. We can use your spidergram if you
500?
like.
500.
So half a second. So we have to at least give them half a second to
Is this
react to
science?
Cookie's belly.
I think this is science, and somebody just
Mm.
brought science on the show. How do you feel about that?
That's a long time. It feels like half. It takes a half a second for
Dude,
somebody.
people are slow.
I mean, that seems like way.
Oh,
Seems
it's not
way-
science. It's a guesstimation.
I was gonna say, if we took a half a science, it'd be like that sloth, like from the Animal Planet movie, where he's just like, "Rrr, like I mean, if you're playing like video games, I mean, you're making dissections. You're making decisions at sub like millisecond, like
Sessions.
yeah. Takes 3
It
seconds.
took me 3 seconds to decide on what I'm looking at. I know. I'm worried. I'm worried about that too. Like, because we've seen these photos so many times, but like, I'm worried about your
But we
first.
want gut
You want
feeling.
that? Okay.
We want them to be like, oh. We don't want them to be like, how do I feel about cookies? I'd rather eat a plate of cookies than look at a dog
Okay.
called Cookie.
How do
So,
you feel
we
about
need, like-
throwing out neutral for like what we're going to do to the photos or our results? Throwing out neutral, unless it's that's terrifying.
We need a baseline. Like we need to like clear the palette. Like we need to throw something.
Yeah, I think that one right there, with the blue eyes, is perfect. Just do that one. That's great.
It's positively terrifying.
Quickly get it off the screen now. Thank you.
We need to have a jump scare in there for baselining this data. This is totally scientific. I looked it up while you guys weren't paying attention.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? I don't believe him.
It,
Do you,
it only
Alyssa?
took like 0.3 milliseconds to do that, and judging by chat, y'all aren't that fast. So yeah, I looked it up while y'all weren't busy, while you were pondering your last thought.
Just call us slow?
I think
No,
he
of course
did.
not.
Now we've got people really getting into the scary jump scare photos now.
Let's see. So this one.
I feel like your lamb chops are the neutral or the jump scare. It's like, what is that? What are we looking
Especially
at?
if someone's veggie, if we've got some vegetarians and they're like, oh, we just murdered some sheep for your culinary pleasure.
Okay. So the baseline has been added. We will bump this up to 8 photos.
Oh gosh, you
I
need
still
to throw
think
a
they need to
carrot
come
in there.
slightly faster, in my opinion. Just
We're not
I was
all
like
as sharp
10.
as you, Ed. Some of us are a bit like, hey, it's a supply.
Yeah. Okay, put it up. Let's see how 160 feels.
Mhm.
Okay.
And is that all the photos? You have all of them showing?
Mhm.
1, 2. Okay.
Oh, I got a broken image. The jump scare is broken.
2.
Is it
2
a
of 'em.
PNG
You've-
or a JPEG or something?
Yeah.
I didn't
That's-
see
that's what
Cookie
it is.
either. Did you see Cookie?
I didn't see Cookie. Show
There's
the
no
photos
Cookie.
in random order. Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we need to do that. Yeah, why did Okay.
Belly.
So
I know.
there's definitely a PNG and an image issue with number 4. I
Yeah.
don't know why number 9 didn't show. But
What?
It's because the app
Um,
got scared.
You need me
yeah.
to convert it to a JPEG. Is that what you're asking me to do right now?
I can do that.
Okay.
Open folder. This needs to be open with. I
Do
think
not forget that we
Snag
are
Editor
giving
is
away
probably the
$100
quickest and easiest
in Amazon
do this.
goodness. Please
Snag
enter the
It
drawing.
Editor, brought to you by TechSmith. Fantastic app, by the way.
Oh, Snagit. Yeah, that came with Camtasia.
I like Snagit because you can do the scrolling captures as well. Eagle is saying, have we
Oh.
considered making the images fade in and out? I think that might be too slow. We want them snappy.
I know. I was
Yeah.
actually almost thinking of making it like, what's the point of showing the photo after we've taken the shot? Like, what is the purpose of that? Should it not be once we have the picture of their reaction in next photo? Or
We
do you
wanna
I was
want,
take
trying to
another
add a
photo,
little
isn't it?
buffer to the reaction, I guess. So we're taking the reaction, but not like displaying another photo immediately after you got the
Okay.
reaction from it.
I'm with you.
There we
I'm
go.
with you.
There's Alyssa's favorite photo.
I think you
we got
paused
baby
on that one
chicks.
extra long as well, I'm sure.
Ooh, that one's still blowing up. I don't know why. So that last one, it doesn't like that last one. Um,
The roses? What?
oh, I know what it is. I can't count.
Yeah, there's no number 7.
Off by one error there. All right.
Oh, that was
Okay.
funny.
So we have our carousel. We have our data. We need to do stuff with data. Maybe we'll do that on the next show. We need what else did we need to do here? There was something else we needed.
Average.
We could take the snap the photo off of there for one. So we're not doing a snap photo anymore. We're opening the modal. Let's
Just
pretty
comment
science-
it out though, because I might. Oh, I know. I really do. Just don't get rid of it. Just comment out the snap photo because I might want to
Okay.
do something with it later.
Well.
What?
Don't
What?
Don't share. Don't share. Okay.
Well, if you
Secret.
get rid of it, then I'll have to rewrite that line, and that sounds
that would be
extremely painful.
Terrible. Might have to call a software developer to help you with that.
Not today. Not today.
That's really. Can you stop showing that? It's really traumatizing me.
So we can open our modal and it will go through. I'm just trying to
We
think
want reactions, Ed.
Yeah, come on, Ed. Act with the acting and the doing.
I'm going to make you all host this tomorrow. We have our images popping, and then our data will come back. There we go. All right, so we have all of the images back now, and we have all the data. And then this is where the little developer toggle comes in, because we can hide and show our little.
Oh,
data set
I
there.
see. Yeah, I definitely think we
know-
should throw neutral out.
Oh, that was the other thing. If we do want to show a photo, there is data that comes back with this that gives us coordinates of the face.
Right. So I was actually going to ask you about those coordinates, and like, let's say I want to put like, let's say you're in love with something, and I want to put these like floating CSS hearts around your face. How am I going to use those coordinates that I get back? Because I'm assuming they're not pixel coordinates. What are those coordinates? Like, how do they?
They are in fact going to be pixel coordinates. So what would be, I think, helpful is
Good night.
first of all, I think we should snap a picture and keep the picture. Right now we're overriding that field. I think we should set up an
Keep them.
array here
Yeah.
and keep
Yeah.
them, and then we can pick like for example, say the most happy one and display it at the end and say, here's your results, and take the best picture that we got, and then use those coordinates to draw things around the face area.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
sound
But
cool?
you do think they're usable coordinates immediately? We don't have to do any math to like convert them to. what
Here's
we
the
need?
thing. So whatever image resolution you send the photo at, say, I think these are,
You chose them small, didn't you?
well, it's
Did you?
going to be the photo of this. So if I look here and see what the, so this one is capturing at 720 or
1280 by
720.
720. It's not that small, right?
So what's going to happen here? I'll pause this with my zoom tool. The API is going to send you the coordinates for the intrinsic width and height. So
Yep.
if it says the face is at 50 by 50, it's going to be 50 by 50 based on these pixels.
The 1280.
But
by
what you're
720. Okay.
displaying in the browser is this. So if you
Right.
use the coordinates from this here, they're not going to match up.
No, I get you. I get
So
you.
you
So we'll have
but
to
it
scale
is-
them.
As long as, because I was imagining it was going to come back in something that wasn't even proportional to the 1280. So as long as it's something that we can do math with, that's beautiful and perfect. I think we actually need to start slowing our roll on code. So do you think, Ed, like quickly get all of the images like saved and showing so that we can kind of pick those in the next show? And
Yeah.
then now is your last chance if you'd like to enter for the prize, because we are about to do the pick. So yes, progress without an o.co/love connection to enter to win a $100 Amazon gift card. I don't know why it's so difficult to say, but yes. So if we can display all those images, I think that'll set us up nicely for doing something fun with the photos and maybe doing some math to get averages. I really want a pie chart. I don't know why. I do.
We can have a pie chart and a spidergram.
So, let's see. trying to
That
think
made
of
me
the
nearly
best
sneeze.
way to do this. So we have a list of detected faces in our separate data.
Spider pie.
What we could do, let's see, what are we passing? We're passing to our upload method the string. So what we could do here, I think, is we could use a tuple. Is it tuple or tuple? And Layla, how do you spell that in proper English?
It's a tuple, and it's Tuple.
So if you have two of something, it's a pair. If it's three, it's a thruple. If it's four, it's a quadruple. I don't know. None of these things
It's
ever
a
make sense to
thruple.
me.
A thruple, because there's only one P.
I'm just trying to spark a debate here in chat. It's like the pineapple pizza debate. So,
Oh, I'm so for pineapple on pizza. I love a Hawaiian. Mm.
so here's what I'm gonna do.
I love pineapple on pizza too, but I
Um,
never get it because my husband is so strongly opposed to the idea. It's not like I suggested sardines.
So I'm gonna take the list and I'm gonna throw a tuple in it, and or a tuple, however you want to pronounce that.
Tuple.
Um, okay, so if I have 5, that's how many?
If you have, wait, what?
It's a pentuple.
It's couple, but it's tuple, not tuple. Anyway, I've got a string that is paired up with a detective face. The string is the data. And I can actually name these, can't I?
You
I
could
can
name
say
them. I was about to say it'd be
string,
better to name them.
data, and detected faces as detected face, and then when we get the snap, we'll var the data instead of making it public, and then we will pass the data to the detected faces, and then we will get back a tuple of string and detected face, and we will return the data.
Everything
and
just
the
seems
face.
this much harder when you're not in JavaScript. Is it just me?
It's because we have things called types that protect us from just
The
doing
data
anything
is not data,
willy-nilly.
though. It is
I like
base
it loosey-goosey.
encoded string bytes. Oh wait, no, we want the base encoded string back. We want the base encoded string, and we'll pass that back, and then that satisfies our tuple. We can't return a new thing here. I'm wondering.
Return null, and then we'll do something if it's
Yeah.
null, perhaps, just for
'cause
now.
This is getting to be annoying because we keep having to.
Yeah, just null it. No,
uh,
not a new
yeah,
null,
new
just a
null.
null.
But I want a new annul. That would be so
No,
cool.
you
No,
can't
it won't
have
let
one.
us. This is not a nullable type.
Oh, for Pete's
So
sake.
we need to return.
You could just make it a model and forget the tuple altogether.
Hey now. That's not cool enough. We're the cool team.
I don't think tuples are cool at all.
New tuples are. Oh my
the new-
goodness, look at that hellishness. You could have made it a nullable type, maybe. Stick a question mark on the end and hope for the best.
So
Oh my
if
god,
you,
that's how I roll.
if you really want to send me there, I will pull in the functional extensions for .NET, and I will make this an either. And then the show will be over because everybody will leave because I said functional programming.
You know, I've done a
Okay.
course on F# 3 times and I still can't do anything with it.
Wow, you
3
tried
times.
before?
And either would make that so much easier because we're going to return either a face or an error, and then we can handle the error.
Did you ever try Elm, Layla?
I've done Elmish
the
in
data.
with F#.
So the data is now a list, right? What was that list called? Faces?
See, exactly. This is this.
Oh, wait,
Just this.
I need
right
a
here.
loop. I need a loop-de-doop around this. This actually, yeah, we need to go in. If
Oh, we are out
faces
of
is
time, bro.
null.
Broseph.
Hey, now,
Blow.
faces.
Well, maybe you should bring in an either and show us that. That would be interesting. I would be
Ooh.
interested to see how you do that.
I can do it a very simple way without bringing in a whole library. I was being a little
Facetious.
yeah, a little bit. We can we cast these out? I want to do each item in faces, and then I know we're out of time here, so we need to pull some prizes while I finish this up here.
Yales. I can do prizes while you do the finishing up. Maybe there's a special way we're doing prizes. You let me know, Ivana.
Yeah, because
how we're doing.
that whole item dot face attributes dot whatever it is dot anger dot dot emotion dot whatever it is string is horrifically horrible. Could you not just like get that out some other way? Like some
I'm trying
little
to just
method
patch
to
this
pluck it
together
out.
for
Oh, right, I'll
the-
be quiet. Layla, zip it.
for
Layla,
the
zip
end
it.
of the show, and we can scrutinize this later. So we want to pull the detected face out, and I'm just trying to make the existing code work.
Dot
All
emotion.
right.
And
While
then
you work
want-
on the codes, I'm
um,
going to announce our winner. And would you like to show the logo entries maybe before you go? Yeah, let's do that. So first off, I'm going to need an excellent drum roll from everyone here and at home. Just let us drum roll together for the first $100 Amazon gift card we're giving away.
Drum roll, please.
Copper Beardy. Congratulations. We'll be in touch with said gift card. We do need more logos, preferably done in Microsoft Paint, but I will go ahead and show you the current selection. I'm gonna pull up the logos and you're all gonna be really impressed and it's gonna be awesome. Is it working? Is it working now, Ed?
I hope so. So I'm making a lot of silly faces for nothing. If this,
It's
all right.
never for nothing. Oh my goodness, look at those faces.
Oh my god, you got that photo!
We need to know what the name of the photo is. Well, we need an overlay of you side by side. I think Alyssa said that.
Those-
So yeah.
Okay, so here are the two that we have so far, and I'm sorry, but this one has my heart. Can I open it? Yeah.
Hungry eyes.
I need to make this thing as big as possible. Hungry Eyes is the first submission that we have for, I think it's like an app name and a logo rolled all in one. And then the other one is called Trust the Feeling.
That looks like a chicken head.
I thought it was a hand, but maybe you could be right. All right, I'm going to stop
Could be
the
a
share.
turkey.
Those are the two we have so far, but please feel free to submit extra logos, extra app names, and we're going to welcome the other team to the room, to the stage.
Do we have to?
No,
Do we have to?
Ooh.
Play nice. We'll kick their rumpuses later. All right, I can do it. I can add them in. All right, I'm adding you in. Prepare yourselves. Welcome, Sam, TJ, and Chris. Bow, 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 bow.
Hello. What was that I was looking at? I just saw a bunch of Ed's faces. Like,
Nothing.
is that your whole app?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Ed's face is our.
Hey, I mean it's a pretty good face. I'm just saying.
Oh my
You
goodness!
can't
So
steal it.
welcome. We are Team Candy Hearts. Actually, I'm gonna move us so that we're okay. So
Yeah,
we are
there you
Team Candy Hearts, and what is your team name again? Because we actually had some questions in the chat for team names.
go. We are Team Valentine's Grinch.
Valentine's Grinch, and yeah, I think we're ready to hand off the show to you guys if you're ready to get started. I don't want to lurk, as one might say, to
It's fine. We don't want you here anyways. So I mean,
All right. Well, yeah. Good luck to you. We wish you the best. I'm leaving.
They're gonna need
Bye-bye.
it. Thanks, Eric.
All right, thank you, folks.